Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Sirius. It's Sirius in the Temple. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing all right tonight. I'm going to be uploading 2 videos. I'm going to be uploading this one and another video if I get the time. Hope you guys are doing all right. Yo, Jared, stay up, man. Joshua Lewis, I'll try to get in contact with you when I can. So hopefully everybody's doing all right. Yeah, so you see the title. We're going to be talking today. And hopefully I can take you guys along for the ride. But I want to put this out there. For those who are new to this channel, for those and many of those who come to the channel and want to comment, don't even know what they're talking about. They don't understand anything. They just showed up. They don't understand what the channel is even about. And they want some kind of rebuttal from me. You're not going to get that. Why? Because you haven't earned it. You don't even know what the channel even is about. I can see it through the comments. You don't understand a damn thing. So what am I going to rebuttal to you for? It's nonsense. This channel was not made for everybody. It's not for everyone. It's for those select few who have an understanding of what it is we're talking about on this channel. If you don't understand the concepts, if you don't understand the videos, the structure of the video, what's being talked about, what the practice is, what this means, what that is, you have no business being here at all. Just go to another channel. What are you wasting your time for? What are you wasting my time for? Do you understand? It's just childish, man. It's just childish. Go do something else. Why even bother putting a dislike on the video? Why even bother putting I don't understand it. If you don't like the video, go to another video. I mean, I swear, I swear to God, it's like the adults walking on this planet are a bunch of little children, a bunch of big babies. If you can't handle a certain form of information, maybe it's because it's not meant for you. Did you ever think of that? Just buzz off. Go do something else. Anyways, just had to put that out there, man. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about this whole thing. I want your attention. So we've been talking about planetary bodies and what some of these planetary bodies are doing out in the cosmos, and what they're doing in our if you would like to call it, for a lack of better words, in our planetary belt. Basically meaning you have planets orbiting around our planet and they're cloaked. Why are they cloaked? The reason why they're cloaked is because they're not ready to become uncloaked yet. If you do your diligent research, you'll hear about a planet called Nibiru, although otherwise known as Nyantolo, Sirius Sun C, or Sirius for short. You have another planet that they call Nemesis, or 9X Nemesis. And you also have a black sphere that's behind the sun, and it's called Septeramin. What are these planetary bodies doing around where our Earth exists? See, these planets, for the most part, originally were already here, but after many different arc cycles on the planet, a lot of these planets went off and did their own thing. Some of these planets were removed from the access point in which they were on. For example, Nibiru is a sun, a planet, and a spaceship, all at the same time. Many people do not know that. It's all three in one. What do these planetary bodies want with Earth? See, the individual beings, many of the beings that are on these planets are the patriarchs of life, and they are the ones who decided to create Tiamat, or Ki, or Earth, long, long ago. We're talking about billions and trillions of years ago. Very long ago, on Tiamat, or Ki, or Kai, Earth. Earth looked a lot like, you see that movie called Avatar with those blue, knobby skinned looking people that look like felines? They're not going to tell you this, but actually Earth used to look a lot like that. Earth actually had a central tree, a mother tree, a central tree that had all the information of the planet downloaded within it. It even had an external Akashic record attached to it. And people were able to actually get close to the tree and absorb and download information from outside of Earth into Earth's atmosphere into the tree, through the individual being through the tree, or externally from the tree into themselves, and pushing the information from outside of themselves into another location, possibly another planet, another sister planet, if you will. Hopefully that makes sense. Very soon we're going to be talking about other kinds of beings and stuff like this. I'm going to be making a lot more videos. Hopefully you guys can come along for the ride and all that, you know. I know I haven't been making videos as frequently, but I'm gonna definitely try to make an effort to do so, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so the reason why Earth is no longer the way it used to be is because of all the arc cycles that took place on Earth. When you have poles shifting, depending upon why and how the poles shifted, it can do damage to the Earth. And floods can take place and stuff like this. Lands can get pushed down, lands can come up. And when enough of these arc cycles have taken place, Earth, or whatever planet is being shifted, can change dramatically. Yes, it can change very dramatically. People talk about the dinosaurs and how the dinosaurs were here, but a lot of people don't understand what the purpose of the dinosaurs was. The dinosaurs were guardians and protectors of the planet Earth. The reason why they were made and put here is to keep other foreign entities from coming on Earth and creating civilizations here. And also, dinosaurs were made as, almost in a way, as fertilizer for the planet Earth. When they died, their bodies would fall on the Earth, and their bodies would literally seep into the mud or into the ground. And what would come out is greenery. What would come out is plant life, vegetation, fruits, plants, trees, bushes, and stuff of this nature. And they died all over the Earth. How did they die? People talk about an ice age, and that's what somehow killed them. Honestly, that is untrue. What ended up happening is that the creators who were watching over the planet, they decided to shoot a ray into the planet's atmosphere, and this ray caused the so-called extinction of the dinosaurs when they were no longer needed on the planet Earth. Their purpose was to eat and then die and be protectors of the planet Earth. Did we have people on the planet Earth when dinosaurs were here? Yes, we did. But these were not no ordinary people. They are also connected to those creators that we are talking about. Which creators are we exactly talking about? We are talking about the Nephilim and the Anunnaki, the Neteru, your so-called Sky Brothers, the individuals who came from other dimensions into our own to create the beautiful planet that we have here today. They shot different waves of energy from their planetary spaceship into the Earth we are here in today. And when they shot this energy, it literally started destroying all of these so-called dinosaurs that we have out here. When you understand that the dinosaurs' bodies were made in a way to, fertilize the earth, even a lot of their when they would defecate, a lot of when they would defecate, a lot of that stuff, when it fell into the earth, a lot of that also was used as fertilizer. Dinosaurs were made to be a form of fertilizer, a very powerful, potent form of fertilizer. And to this very day, we still have some species of dinosaurs alive. Your alligators, your geckos, your lizards and stuff like this. Even your snakes. If you actually look up an article, they actually found an alligator that was actually almost pretty much 50 feet tall. Can you imagine that? Yeah, they found one that was that big, and it died recently, about a few years ago. Yeah, it wasn't. They call it an abnormality. No, it's because it had a lot of that DNA, that leftover remnant of the dinosaur DNA within it. People talk about the Loch Ness Monster and how the Loch Ness Monster is just a myth. The truth of the matter is, this so-called Nessie, or this Loch Ness Monster, does exist. It does exist. There are many types of creatures that are on our planet right now that exist, that people think it is, a bunch of fairy tale nonsense. I beg to differ. All ideas come from somewhere, and if you can even think of something in your head, it's most likely real, and it does exist somewhere. Kind of scary, right? Well, yeah. You have different types of beings on this planet in different locations, and some of them transfer from dimensions. Some of them are here to stay, kaput. Some of them are deep in our oceans, and we'll never see them. Anyways, these planetary bodies that are outside of our atmosphere and into the unknown, in our universe and our outer space, if you will, they are here for a purpose. They are here not only to monitor Earth, but also to decide judgment on the Earth and its inhabitants. Not all of the inhabitants on Earth are what you would call equal. Not everybody on planet Earth is the same. I've been trying to say this for a very long time. What it boils down to is speciesism. It doesn't boil down to race. Okay? Race is really... a so-called race is more dealing with a species and different branches of that species. When I talk about so-called black people all over the earth, Africans, your ones in Brazil, your ones in Hispaniola, your ones in Haiti, your ones in Africa, the ones that are so-called African American today, who a lot of people don't understand, but who were the original Atlanteans. And a lot of people don't know this. Those kind of people, they are a completely separate, different species from your so-called mankind, or the man animals, or the mammals on Earth, which are your Caucasians, Asians, Dravidians, Arabs, and Indians, and whatever you want to call it. They are separate from one another. You have people that are made in nature and people that are made outside of nature. People who are made outside of nature will, over time, inhibit a lot of degenerate problems because their bodies and their minds and their spirits are degenerating with time. So a lot of them will go against nature and do things that goes against nature. And it's not because they even choose to, it's because there's something literally wrong with them. Unfortunately. Because they were created through genetic engineering, which is not a natural, normal process in many cases, unless you made them closer to nature, and there is a way to do this, but the genetic coding that they were given is completely different from what so-called black people have. Okay? But we understand that this is dealing with species. We have to understand that these people that you call your so-called blacks, they are a physical, living, physical manifestation of what your sky brothers are, the so-called Anunnaki. These beings are actually here to get their people back. When we talk about that this planet was completely Anunnaki at one point, we're talking about how the planet was completely dominated by people that you call so-called black today. The planet at one point was completely dominated by them everywhere you would go. This is why when you look at ancient history, you see that these so-called black people were everywhere, and everywhere they were, there were pyramids. If you do your diligent research, you will see that they even have pyramids on the moon. They even have pyramids on Mars. See? But a lot of y'all not gonna do this research. A lot of y'all not gonna want to look into this because you think this is a joke. I am 110% serious over here. I'm dead serious. Pun intended. Understand? When you understand that pyramids and so-called black people go hand in hand, why would there be pyramids on the moon and on Mars? It lets you know that we were there on those planets at one point in time. So if we were on Mars and we were on the moon, how the hell did we get there? Or were we there from the very beginning and then came down to Earth? Did we transition from one to the other? Think about that. What I am saying is that it is inevitable, the fact that so-called black people will eventually become the rulers of this planet once again. That is inevitable. It will happen. There's no game about it. And people that want to come on this channel and talk that this is spookism and that I don't know what I'm talking about, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. This is not a joke over here, guys. This is the real deal. Anyways, when we talk about how there are many mysteries on this planet that have not been solved, people saying they've seen sightings of this, seeing sightings of that, a lot of times that is because of the fact that sometimes dimensions are not always perfect. Sometimes dimensions can become weaker, and other foreign entities from those alternate dimensions can be released at a certain point in time. It even happened in Spain. It happened in Spain when the Moors were there. And yes, when in America, you did have some Moors that were here who did betray their own kind. But those Moors were different. Those Moors, right? They were more enticed, and they were dealing more with the Eurocentric or the Eurocentrist at that time frame, and they became very close friends. And you know, when the Moors came back to their lands in Spain and stuff like this, right? They, the European folk, which you call whites today, because they're not the original Europeans, it's the Moors, but they were there, and they had a dominant society there. And when the Moors came back, they interbred with them, and they adopted a lot of the mentality that the so-called white person has today. And in consequence of that, they went against their own Atlantean brothers in the Americas. Yeah. Uh, but at the same time, you must understand that these particular Moors were they did an about face on their own kind and attacked their own. Not all Moors did this, but you had a certain group of them that did betray their own, and it's sad to say the least, because if it wasn't for that, and if it wasn't for the betrayal of certain individuals within the so-called black race, if you would like to call it that. It wasn't dubbed that at the time, but you know what I'm trying to say. If it wasn't for certain types of betrayal, we could have literally massacred and taken over the entire so-called United States or of America. When lands are being taken over on planet Earth, there are overseers looking into this. You have other beings like your ancient ancestors that are looking into this, and they know what's going to happen before it happens. They can see into the future through precognition and things of this nature. They literally have books and documents about everything that happened on Earth. They even know what's going to happen before it happens. How crazy is that, guys? So when I talk about the end is almost here, I'm not kidding around. But unfortunately, we got people out here that think this is a joke. Well, when the time of man comes, we will all see. When we talk about that the wars have taken place and things of this nature, these wars were already predestined. All these wars were predestined. The United States Corporation was already predestined, and it was already predestined to fall at a certain point. We're very close to that certain point, guys. We're very close. You guys have no idea how close we are to that point. It's not going to be taking too much longer now. The Sumerians, the ancient Sumerian Anunnaki people, they will be taking over this planet very soon. It belongs to them in the first place. And there's not a goddamn thing anybody could do about it. You got the dimensional gateways opening up around the poles. And the reason for this is because the dimensions are weakening. And the reason why the dimensions are weakening is because they're being ready to be basically the dimensions are getting ready to be removed. And when that happens, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't have to say much, you'll see for yourselves. This is not, fear mongering or me trying to. It's just basically information to make you more aware and understand that there is a lot more than that which we do not understand. You have cosmic elders, other leaders that are already in control of the planet Earth. You guys are just not aware of what's going on. And very soon, we will be seeing the inevitable collapse of the entire global oligarchy, or this sick, twisted world that we live in today. One thing people don't understand is that you know, Russia and China and America, they're not against each other. They fought against each other in the past when they wanted resources and things like this. But they're far beyond that now. They are all working together. Kim Jong-un, he is a part of the American societal system, and you guys don't know anything about it. All these people are together. Your Pope, the Vatican, you know, your so-called queens and kings that y'all have here, these fake bastards, you know, your elites, you know, everybody, you know, they're all together. They're not gonna fight each other. They're not doing that. They're all together because they all wanted to create a one world government. Do you understand? Under the so-called the three-headed beast, what you call a Cerberus, you know, your District of Columbia, you know, what is it, your Vatican in Italy, and what is it? I forget, but you know, because I have so many, you know, I'm always thinking, and sometimes, you know, I'm not perfect, you know, I forget things as well. But they wanted to put it under a satanic system, if you will, and you know, they're not gonna get their way, guys. They're not gonna get their way. You know, they'll try to fight hard. That's, you know, to no avail. The inevitable is coming. You know, I'm glad that, you know, my channel, you know, it reached a lot of people. I've taught a lot of people a lot of information that they didn't know. I tried my best to, you know, tell you guys the truth about many different types of situations. You know, I try to inspire thought and growth and creativity. I try to, you know, even make friends with some of my subscribers, and, you know, try to show them that, you know, I'm just a person like you, or anybody else. I'm just here to, you know, to help you think. I'm here to help you grow. I'm here to inspire some kind of thought. Maybe you'll take action and do something that will benefit you in the end. You know, all I want to say is that before you jump off the gun and call this pseudo or spookism or anything of that matter or anything of that nature, please try to open your mind and open your heart and open yourself up to new kinds of information, because it actually might benefit you in the end. A lot of scientists know what I'm talking about is the truth. A lot of scientists fear this stuff because they know that a lot of this stuff it goes and transcends beyond anything that they can possibly comprehend. You know, when human beings finally understand that they are not alone, I truly want to look into their eyes to see how they feel. I know they'll be in a state of fright and a state of panic, but like, I just want to look into their faces. I just really want to see what I'll see. I really want to know what I'll see. Like, you know, I know in these movies like Independence Day and stuff like that, you got people screaming and carrying on and going fucking crazy, but it's just like, come on, man. I mean, you guys really think you're alone in the entire universe? I mean, don't you think that's a little ridiculous? Think about all the monumental structures and all the stuff that was left here on this planet. Look at the ancient pyramids, for goodness sake. The Chinese, the Indian dudes, all these IT guys and all these people, all these, you know, none of these guys can figure out how the hell that shit was built. I know how it was actually built, but these guys can't even figure out how it was built, so it goes beyond anything that they can possibly comprehend. So it's obviously clearly beyond human comprehension, human understanding. So then, how was that built? It was built with forces that go beyond the physical realm that we see in front of us every single day. I am Sirius Inner Temple, spiritual network here. And I'm just here to make you think. Alright? Alright. Comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me how you felt about the video. I'll be making another video soon. And yeah, thanks for watching. Much appreciated. And take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.